Coming up, a Moorhead man is facing charges accused of breaking into the home of his ex-wife with plans to kill her. Governor Doug Burgum, one of 25 governors committing resources to a new border strike force. And promoting North Dakota tourism, a Hollywood star and native son signs on for the role. Hello and thanks for joining us for the Nightly Review. I'm Tom Tucker. We begin with a look at tonight's headlines, then a closer look with comments tonight from Governor Doug Burgum. He's talking about the new American Governor's Border Strike Force aimed at improving law enforcement along the southern border. And in tonight's one-on-one conversation, it's part two of my interview with Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison talking about his re-election campaign. But first tonight, a Moorhead man is facing a list of charges after police say he broke into the home of his ex-wife on Sunday with plans to kill her. 40-year-old Aristotle Brown is facing felony charges, including first-degree premeditated attempted murder. The victim in the assault was stabbed in the leg. Two men are injured tonight after a crash on I-94 near Moorhead. Minnesota State Patrol says a semi went through the median near exit 6 Wednesday afternoon and collided with a van before tipping onto its side in a ditch. The two drivers involved were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities say alcohol was not a factor in the crash. North Dakota State Senator Ray Holmberg is stepping down as chairman of legislative management. That's a powerful committee that oversees the interim work of the North Dakota legislature. Holmberg says Chet Pollard will complete his term. The announcement follows a published report indicating Holmberg has exchanged 72 text messages with a man in jail facing charges related to child porn. Fargo Mayor Tim Mahoney is talking about what he enjoys most about the city while running his final campaign for re-election.
I've tried to do the best service I can for the community, and I look at people, all walks of life, to see what is it, can we make it better for them. I think Fargo is fantastic. It's a place people want to live, want to grow. We're an embracing city that welcomes people into our community.
Dr. Mahoney says sustainability is the primary goal of his campaign. He says that means working to reduce property taxes, making housing more affordable, including apartments, and updating the old Kmart site in South Fargo. Hollywood actor and Transformers star Josh Duhamel will continue to promote his home state of North Dakota. The state tourism agency says the star of several Transformers movies will be paid $75,000 to be the face of the state tourism campaign over the next 2 years. Duhamel already has earned more than $1 million since 2013, helping lure visitors to North Dakota. State officials say last week's blizzard led to a slowdown in North Dakota's daily oil output. North Dakota Pipeline Authority Director Justin Kringstad says daily oil output dropped by 25%. Kringstad says incoming winter weather could continue the production slowdown. Kringstad says it typically takes about 1 to 3 weeks for the oil industry to recover from an extreme weather event. The North Dakota Highway Patrol is hiring. Officials say the organization is looking to fill 9 open trooper spots. Officials say the openings represent about 10% of the NDHP workforce. They're offering sign-on bonuses of up to $5,000. Officials say about 60 applications have been received so far. Some Minnesotans are concerned about how the wintry weather will affect the fishing opener. Owners of lodges, gas stations, and restaurants and fishing guides say they could take a hit. Pike Bay is currently covered with ice up to 26 inches thick, leading some to fear the waters won't be clear for boating in time. This year's Minnesota fishing opener is set for May 14th. And a new study is identifying the most common dreams by state. The study analyzed more than 9,000 Google search terms relating to dreaming or dreams over the past 24 months to determine the most common dream in every state. In North Dakota and Minnesota, the most common dream is about eyelashes falling out. In South Dakota, the most common dream involves snakes. In a closer look tonight, Governor Doug Burgum has signed an agreement with 25 governors to address the humanitarian crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border. Burgum says the move is aimed at addressing the negative effects of illegal immigration on public safety and crime in states, including North Dakota.
And I think, again, you saw the news that just this week, that in March, a month ago, highest number of apprehensions in 22 years, over 220,000 migrant encounters. And I know from my time down there with those courageous North Dakota Guards men and women that are down there, that this might represent only a third of the crossing, the ones that are actually apprehended. And so the border is a sieve.
Governor Burgum says the American Governor's Border Strike Force will focus on preventing crime and enforcing state laws related to drug trafficking, human trafficking, transnational criminal organizations, and other border-related crimes. Burgum says the Biden administration is failing to address the crisis at the southern border.
This is a national crisis. Border security is national security at this point in time. And just in 2021, just last year, the Customs Border Patrol, through the work that they had, understaffed and undersupported by this federal administration, they still came up with 5,400 pounds of heroin, 97,000 pounds of cocaine, 190,000 pounds of meth, and get this, 11,200 pounds of fentanyl, which would be enough to, kill an entire major metro area.
Governors in 24 other states are committing resources to the Border Strike Force, including South Dakota, Arizona, and Texas. North Dakota Highway Patrol Superintendent Brandon Solberg will serve as the state's representative on the strike force. Well, if you enjoy watching the Nightly Review and find it a good way to stay on top of news and information in the FM Metro and beyond, be sure to hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to make sure you always catch the latest report. And if you're tired of the wintry weather, it looks like relief is on the way. Meteorologist Justin Storm is in the Skywatch Weather Center to tell us more.
Thanks, Tom. We'll have a slight chance for a couple isolated thunder showers throughout this evening. Otherwise, we'll remain partly cloudy as we head through tonight, and temperatures will drop down to near 33 degrees with wind out of the west around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Clouds re-increase on Thursday, partly sunny with highs in the lower and mid 40s. It does remain breezy with a northwest wind around 10 to 25, and it will turn windy on Friday. Widespread scattered showers and thunder showers likely with highs near 50.
It could happen to you or someone you love. One moment, one diagnosis can change everything. Thankfully, there's a program that helps caring people uplift families through a crisis. Lend a Hand Up, raising financial help and hope through community benefits and online campaigns. A program that boosts generosity so gifts go further. Lend a Hand Up helps you help your neighbors. Learn more and give at lendahandup.org.
Welcome back to the Nightly Review. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison is responding to the criticism from a Republican challenger that he is responsible for the property damage in Minneapolis, which happened during the riots following the death of George Floyd. Ellison is commenting on that and his efforts at winning re-election in part two of our conversation for tonight's one-on-one. I first asked the Attorney General about the work that he's focusing on right now.
Frankly, we've been working on protecting Minnesotans and standing up for them in my role as Attorney General. Our job is to make sure that we protect people's pocketbook and their economic circumstances, to represent the state government. And also we have an important role to play in public safety, which we've been quite active in that area as well. But some of the specific cases that we've been working on have to do with the opioid crisis. We sued several opioid manufacturers, and we're now working this matter through our state legislature to make sure that the money goes to every single place in our state where those resources are needed. And what will they be for? They'll be for drug treatment. They will be for intervention. They'll be for people to try to recover from this terrible scourge that has cost our state so much. Other things, we're working on issues of wage theft. We have a unit in our office that protects people's pay when those wages are stolen by unscrupulous employers. And so we've gotten literally thousands of dollars back for people. We're defending the legislation that the state passed to protect people who need emergency insulin. We've worked on that.
What are your thoughts right now with regard to your re-election campaign and how things are going on that front? Your Republican challengers frequently criticize you when it comes to crime rates in the state. In fact, Jim Schultz says you're responsible for the property damage which happened during the riots following the death of George Floyd. What is your response to that?
Well, I know that political rhetoric is often overblown, and sometimes candidates say what they need to say to try to get an advantage. But I take it seriously, not personally. I mean, the fact is, we are all concerned about crime. I am concerned about it. We are working with local police and prosecutors to make sure that we protect Minnesotans and hold criminals accountable and stand up for victims. That is what we're doing. We believe in it. It is a serious matter. It is unfortunate when people try to manipulate it for political gain, but there's no doubt that every single Minnesotan, including your Attorney General, is very serious about protecting everyone in our state. And that's why, we work so closely with the criminal justice system. And we work with local county attorneys all the time. We sit on a number of boards and do a lot of training and provide a lot of support for our local law enforcement to make sure that they can be as effective as they can be. Things like sex trafficking, violent crime. We work with on boards to make sure that the policies we set are more effective. And in a moment like this, when COVID has been raging, when people are nervous and anxious, we also know that we've got to invest in young people because, yes, the ones who commit crimes, we have to investigate and prosecute them criminally or in the juvenile system. But what about the ones who haven't done anything yet, but are sort of thinking about it? We need to make sure that our schools and our parks and our healthcare facilities are there to say, look, kid, that is not the road you want to go down. You need to have a better future and make good choices for your life. So we've worked on that as well, community interventions. And of course, it all boils down to our community being strong and safe and working with law enforcement to get it all done.
Why are you running again? And if reelected, what are some of the things that you're looking forward to working on in a new term?
Thank you for the question. I'm running for reelection because the task of building a fair economy for working people, for farmers, for students, and the job of making sure we have a safe community where everybody can walk the streets and feel that their person and their property are safe, that job is not done. And our society has been through tremendous turmoil over the last couple of years. And the bottom line is we have a lot more work to do, and the drive to do it is within me, and I'm going to continue to work as hard as I can every day for Minnesotans. What do we expect to do over the next few years with another term? Well, first, we will make sure that we work with local law enforcement and local prosecutors, which is really what we do. We are the prosecutor that prosecutors come to when they need a little extra help. We will continue to be partners with them to keep people safe from crime. But what we also will do is be very aggressive when it comes to protecting people's pocketbook and their wallet. We will continue to fight this fight to make sure that we hold the opioid companies accountable. We're suing 40 generic drug manufacturers now to make sure people can afford their medications that they need every day.
And I'd like to thank Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison for joining me for tonight's one-on-one conversation. Ellison says another area which will remain a focus if reelected is to hold accountable firms which engage in unfair practices while offering student loans. Well, that will do it for this Wednesday night, April 20th, 2022. I'm Tom Tucker. Thanks for watching the Nightly Review.